Happy Valentine's Day, Capricorn. Welcome to your February 2022 astrological forecast. So, the sun may be in Aquarius, but there's still 4 planets in your first house in your sign. Okay? We've got Pluto, Mars just moved into your sign on the 24th. I believe that's January 24th. Maybe it was the 14th. I've been saying the 24th this whole time. Whatever. Okay, so you have Mars in your first house, right? And Venus is here up until the beginning of March. And Mercury is back in your sign, right? It was in Aquarius, retrograded back into your sign. Now it's turning direct on the 3rd. Okay, moving forward in your sign and back into Aquarius. Okay, so you have all these planets there in your first house, especially that Mars. That Mars makes you a real go-getter. Okay, very energetic, physical planet, very enthusiastic about getting whatever it is that's important to you, you know. You could even, I always tell people, maybe you should get a t-shirt made that says, "Out of my way," or a mug, or something at least, you know, because just because you have like all these other planets here at the same time, including like Pluto, it's a big deal, kind of a big deal having these 2 planets in your first house, because it does make you really appear to be, even if you're not, someone who is very aggressive, okay, very just like wanting to move in and take over anything. Yeah, and put it the way that you want it to be. Okay, so that's the best thing to do with Mars, though, is go after things that are very important to you. Okay, Mars is the ego planet, right? It's the me planet. So this is your time to change whatever it is in your life that isn't going the way that you want it to. Okay, a lot of times I always tell people this is a time where you have to remind the people in your life, because they do take you for granted after a while, right? You have to remind them what their lives would be like without you in it. Because, like I said, it's the me planet. You're pointing out to people all that you've done for them, you know, and not just what they've done for you. A lot of times you can find yourself saying stuff like, if it wasn't for me, you know, you wouldn't have this, or we wouldn't have done that, or this wouldn't have succeeded, or, you know, you'd be, you know, out in the whatever, you'd be without if it wasn't for me. Okay, so if you find yourself saying stuff like that, don't feel bad about it. You know, you also have Mercury in your first house, and the combination of these 2 planets together does really want you to makes you really want to talk about yourself, and not just, you know, your accomplishments or anything. It's more about you as a person, your traits, your attributes, what's so wonderful about you, right? And also having Venus here right now kind of lets you get away with it too. So you might want to keep that in mind. If there was something that you wanted to do, or something that you needed to do that takes a lot of balls, this would be the time to do it. Okay, while Mars is still in your first house with these other planets. Okay, especially with Venus there to soften the blow, or your, I don't know, just how you're perceived. Okay, but anyway, so the sun is, though, in Aquarius at the beginning of the month up until the 18th, and there's a new moon in Aquarius on the 1st, and Saturn is still here, but Mercury moves into Aquarius on Valentine's Day on the 14th. So your second house of income is where you have the sign of Aquarius. Okay, your possessions is the house of your possessions, and the things that you own, the things that you value. It's also your personal value, your values, period. Okay, sometimes having Saturn here, you start to feel unappreciated, you know. You feel like, what do people take me for? Saturn was just in your first house, so you kind of went through that phase a little bit, but now that it's in your second, you don't feel people are treating you the way that they should. And that's what I mean about having that Mars in your first house. You have to correct people. You have to teach people how you want to be treated, okay? So I'm pretty sure you already did that with Pluto in your first house, as long as it has been. But there's always a refresher course needed. You know what I mean? Because people get too used to you. They get lax, you know. So you got to keep people on their toes. Anyways, as far as your second house goes, okay, income. It brings in new income. This new moon here on the 1st is a new source of income, or just money coming in, period, that was yours to begin with. This is earned income. It's something that you've done. You've earned it. This is through your job or something or other, you know, or if you're retired, you know, maybe you're getting an increase in, I don't know, your pension or Social Security or something or other. But there's also a full moon here on the 16th in Leo, in your 8th house. It's directly across from your 2nd house. So 8th house is other people's resources and money. I really don't think it's a very big deal right now, just because there really aren't any planets there in Leo. It's just this full moon for a few days, you know, could lead to a little bit of a disagreement or even an argument about shared debt, shared credit card bills, any kind of bill even, you know. It could be, you know, about money that's owed to you. Maybe someone borrowed money from you, or they borrowed something from you and you want it back. You know, maybe you have to keep asking for it. They keep blowing you off or something. You know, it could be anything, but I really don't think it's that much of a big deal, because you have all this other stuff going on, like in your first house. You know, you have Venus in your first house, and when it leaves your first house, it's going to go in your 2nd house of income again, so it's going to be attracting things that you need, like money. Okay, but anyways, the sun moves into Pisces on the 18th. Okay, where you have Pisces in your chart is your 3rd house. Neptune's been here for a while, and Jupiter just moved here. So 3rd house is a big communication and travel house. It's the written word. It's social media, the internet, regular postal mail, email, any form of communication. Okay. You know, it's like your everyday life, though. It's your neighborhood, your neighbors. It's the people you would encounter throughout the normal course of the day. It's your siblings, your cousins. But it's like local travel, you know. So having Jupiter here, maybe you may be taking short little trips nearby, either overnighter, weekender, or day trip or something like that. And it looks to me like it's to have fun, just because you have the planet Uranus in your 5th house of fun, bringing about new ways or different ways, or being attracted to unusual ways even of having fun, something a little different. Jupiter, wherever it is transiting, opens up opportunities and expansion. So this would be in your immediate area. You may start to hang out a little bit more at businesses, you know, in your area. Maybe there's a bar or something, or a restaurant that you'll start to frequent, you know. But if you write, or anything, no matter what it is, it could be, you know, really well accepted at this time. 3rd house is also like the internet, right? Okay, so this would be the time that if you didn't have a website, you might want to upload one now, or get a podcast or a YouTube channel or something or other. Okay, but as long as you still have Pluto in your first house, you are really able to influence people with your words. Okay, and it could be large groups of people, because that's what Pluto governs, is like large groups of people. So if you wanted some kind of platform to mouth off about, this would be the time to do something like that. Okay, so the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Capricorn on the 25th, 26th, and 27th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Cancer, and those dates are the 11th, 12th, and 13th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, any kind of gambling or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 6th, 7th, 8th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. The best time for money is the 1st, 14th, 15th, 16th, and 27th. The best time for your career is the 19th and 20th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. So, happy Valentine's Day to you. Thank you to my subscribers for your continued support. If you're new to my channel and you like this video, please like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, check out the links below in the description box, and check out my weekly forecasts. So I will see you next week. Goodbye.